Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Screen Junkies Universe. Before we get started today, we did want to mention that there was another school shooting today in the United States in Texas. The news currently is still coming out. This is not our show typically, but we did feel odd not mentioning it and saying that our hearts are with the victims in Texas today and that we will be looking for organizations that you can contribute to support the families. We will have those in our description below. We will also be tweeting those out. It's a very, very sad day once again. So we did want to mention that. We will now resume our regularly scheduled programming.
No transition, you know.
There's no way to do it.
Yeah.
And well, we're going to talk about the things that make people smile when things are hard. So that's the job.
Thank you, Roxy.
Yeah.
That's one of the million reasons I'm excited that Roxy Striar is here today.
That's me, that's she.
Help me out. Thank you very much. Spencer Gilbert is here. Dan Murrell is here. I'm Roth Cornet. I'm here, and we're going to talk about this weekend's entertainment news. We have lots to get to today. Spencer's going to tell you the one movie that you can't miss coming up. This is his most anticipated movie of the year, and it's a doozy. We have some trailers that we haven't talked about previously that we want to make sure to touch on. We have some fan questions. Thank you very much for submitting, as always. Let's talk a little bit, Dan, your favorite topic, one of them, box office.
Yeah.
It's looking to be a pretty significant one this weekend. Deadpool 2 is looking like it's going to be the highest grossing open for an R-rated film. Last night, projections were 18.6 million, making it easily the best preview night to date for an R-rated film. This is via Deadline. Fox is projecting 130 million through Sunday, while the rest of the town is saying 150.
Right. Well, yeah. Studios always project lower because they don't want to look dumb and over-project their movie, and then the narrative is like, well, Fox is projecting 150 million, but it came in under studio projections. They want to project 130 million, have the movie make 140 million, so the news becomes it exceeded the studio's expectations.
So you're guessing it will be closer to 150?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's the question is like, is it going to top the opening of the first one? Like, yes and no, because the original opened on a 4-day weekend, so it technically had $150 million opening weekend over 4 days, but $132 million weekend over 3 days. So it's like, it's going to be about what the first one opened, probably, unless, as happened with it, if it's like a super huge rush of people and the word of mouth is great on it, which initial reports out of last night said that word of mouth was very positive among people that saw it early, which you would expect. It could be like it, where every estimate grows. But yeah, I'd bet it's somewhere around the 150 range.
You and I really enjoyed this film. Audiences are seeming to respond to it. That's definitely going to be a factor that helps. Another thing that might help is that 72% of colleges are on summer break as of tomorrow, so lots of kids available to go, or today, available to go see the film. This may be the biggest R-rated Friday, biggest opening weekend for Ryan Reynolds, biggest X-Men debut ever is what we're projecting now. So what do you guys think about that, especially for Deadpool, which was this risky film, the sequel, to be doing this well?
It's interesting that I feel like I am not hearing people talk about it as much, but it is doing this well and projected to be so high in the circles that I run in, at least, and I think we all run in similar circles, but maybe you guys are finding different. I saw this a week or 2 weeks ago or something, and since then, I haven't heard much, even though it was amazing. I'm not hearing the hype. I'm not seeing it all over like I did the first time. So I kind of want to be talking about it right here, right now, and boost it because it is that good, and I really, really did love it. But if these are the numbers, then maybe people are talking about it, just not my friends.
Well, we're cynical people here. I mean, we're inundated with it. It's like, for us, it's just another thing. Like, I hate to say, I don't mean it elitist. It's just the fact that, like, Roth and I review, we see what, 50, 100, I'll probably see 100, 125 movies by the time this year's done.
Usually two to three a week for me for movies, yeah.
So, for us, people that,
the
critical circles, the ones that we run around in, like, this is just another movie that comes out, whereas for, most people don't see that many movies a year, and this is one of the probably 10 maybe, or 15 or 20 that they're going to see this year. So I think it adds a little extra oomph, to that. But I've been surprised too. Like as Roth and I both really love this movie. I know you really liked it, but I was a little surprised even like talking after our screening that there amongst a lot of the people that we saw it with that I thought would love the movie, people were like, I don't know,
huge
like
Marvel
huge
fans.
Marvel people,
Yeah.
just like, oh wow,
That
okay,
was
so
a little surprising to me too.
I don't know,
I
maybe
have a theory. Would you like to know my theory?
sure.
Thank you.
Yes,
Well, thank you. I was
definitely.
going to do it anyway, but I appreciate the endorsement.
Spencer wants to know so bad.
Because
too.
we were surprised to hear some of these huge Marvel fans kind of be a little lukewarm on it when I thought it was so great. It is subverting the tropes of the thing that they love. You know what I mean? Deadpool is the answer, in a way, to the upswell of all of these comic book movies. He's commenting on it. He's subverting it. He's making fun of it. So maybe to some degree, if you are really, really passionately in love with Marvel and DC movies just as is, you don't totally love the guy that's poking fun at them. What do
So
you
you're
think?
saying this is the Last Jedi of the Fox universe?
No, I am in no way saying that. It's an exact Deadpool movie, but I think if you really full stop are on board with every comic book movie, then maybe Deadpool isn't your favorite.
Did you feel that way about the first one, Roth? Because I feel like it was the same character poking fun, but
Yeah.
Marvel fans loved it then. You think they just got sick of it?
Maybe. I don't know. It's been surprising to me too, because I find it so refreshing. Not that I don't like the other movies, but it's nice, I mean, to take the piss out of even the things that you love a little bit, because otherwise we're just taking ourselves too seriously. Spencer, weigh in.
I haven't seen it, Ralph.
Well, I want you to weigh in.
Well, I think
Anyway.
that it seems like can this be a surprise anymore though? The surprise was Deadpool 1. That was the shocking thing, that they pulled it off, that it made so much money, that it was so beloved across the board. Like, sadly, when that happens, our expectations rise accordingly, and the bar is even higher, and they hit the bar. They didn't clear the bar, but they hit the bar for Deadpool 2. This is the bar. There
Bar.
it is. Bar
Speaking
chief.
of bars and things that I will be doing later after the show.
Oh, fun.
Oh, this is Roth's last day before vacation.
Yeah.
Hitting the bar?
Yeah. I'm
Bring
hitting
us
the
back
bar
a
all week.
sloth.
I'm hitting the bar in the tree bar.
Yeah.
Is literally there. So I'm going to a place where there is a bar and it's like in a tree. Hey.
That sounds like a great idea.
Did you
Hope
like
there's
it better
railings.
than the first one? Nah. Live freely.
I think I feel like most people are saying it is so good, but not quite as good. I feel like it was as good. I think I wasn't as surprised, like Spencer said. It wasn't like, wow, this movie was good, and I had no idea it would be. It was like, wow, this movie was great. Maybe even as good as the first one. Maybe even better.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Go see Deadpool. So here we have some trailers also for movies that we haven't seen yet. You gonna see it this weekend, Spencer?
Yeah, I think I will. I
right.
think I will.
Will ya?
But that's the thing, is like, I actually forgot it was coming out this
Right?
weekend. It kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah. You don't. Oh, go ahead.
I wonder if it's because of Solo, like, and how much hype there is and conversation there is around Solo. I feel like everyone knows Solo's coming, and nobody knows Deadpool's here.
Well, I mean, we were talking about that. We were going over the schedule in one of our meetings yesterday, and we're like, when's Incredibles come out? June 15th. When's Jurassic World come out? June 22nd. It's like, holy crap. Like, those are two huge
Very
movies,
soon.
and it's just like, you're not even going to get that one out of your system before the next one comes. It's like, it's crazy. It makes no financial sense to me why they would schedule it, but I guess you're running out of other places to schedule. It's like, put it in February. Well, you can't. Put it in, well, I guess September is going to be the new one, the new month. That's really pretty much been unexplored.
All the months now. We're looking at all of them.
That's an interesting thing. It does seem like audiences know it's here, but with the people that we know, there's more to dig into on Solo. Like, there's more to talk about, because it's a little more, so far from what I've seen, a little more divisive.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So there's more to like debate and talk about. With Deadpool, you're like, it's great. Did
It's
you like the
R-rated
first
comedy,
one?
yeah. He flips around and makes jokes. Like, I imagine that's what you'll get more of.
You are a future seer,
Can I
my
tell you-
friend.
Yeah, you're psychic.
Can I tell you a confession?
What's that?
There was one moment in the movie that I teared up. Like,
Great.
I literally
Good.
almost cried at one moment.
I hope there are emotions involved.
I think
There
it was
are some
oddly
emotions
emotional.
involved. Yeah, there actually are.
right?
It's weird.
Like, I mean, that said, I was also quarter to moon, so there you have it. Who knows what the hormones were doing Too much information? Probably. I'm on vacation tomorrow.
I don't even
I
know.
don't
I think you
care.
lost
What
Benny
was that
G on
like
that one
wicked
anyway.
spell you just incanted?
I get it, and that's all that matters. Yeah, you got it, girl.
All right. Well, Deadpool. Spencer's going to see it. That's our test because you don't go see a lot of movies. Typically.
I see the ones I have to see.
Well, you have to see this one, and you have to see Solo
Yeah.
because we'll have to know what you think about that one. Bohemian Rhapsody. Are you going to have to see that? Trailer came out.
Oh yeah, I'm
teaser.
psyched for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm as psyched for listening to Queen's greatest hits as I am for any movie built around it. But that's all it took was the music.
Yeah, I can't really make much judgment about the movie because there's like literally 2 lines in it from the movie. I like Queen music, and there was a lot of that in the trailer. I did see some of the shots with Rami Malek, and I just like, this could go, just with the teeth and everything, I was like, this could go real bad. This could go so bad. Like, this could go Tropic Thunder bad if it's not done correctly, just with the look and the... If you do the performance right, you're fine, but, like, the prosthetics and it's like, I didn't realize, like, they were going, like, full... Like, Rami Malek looks enough like Freddie Mercury already. Like, you don't have to do... So I hope they do that right. You know, I know that there has been some concern, and I think it's something to look forward going forward as we learn more about the movie from, I know Brian Fuller talked about this, like, are they going to downplay the parts of his life that had to do with his sexuality?
Yeah.
Are they going to kind of...
And his illness.
And his illness, are they going to kind of wash over that? That's something to look forward to, but I don't know. I personally don't know enough about the movie yet to make a judgment on that, other than, you know, I mean, I think Fox probably didn't do a great job in some of their wording on publicizing it, but that's, you know, that's a judgment to be made going forward. But yeah, I don't have much, there wasn't much to go on for me to say, like, the movie's going to be great or it's not. I knew that it was about Queen, and I was pretty confident that there'd be Queen music in it, and that's pretty much all I know about this movie at this point.
Do you like Queen?
Huge fan. I, similar to Dan, was watching this, and I feel like I held my breath the entire time because they didn't do anything wrong yet. And I just was kind of waiting to get through that 2 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever it was and hope that, like, he didn't misspeak. He didn't give too many smiles. Like, I think Rami Malek is going to do an amazing job because he's a great performer, but it depends on so many things, like the story, the direction, the prosthetics, how he looks. And it was just like, uh-oh. But they made it through. And I was like, okay, we did it. And I felt like I could breathe. I'm so excited. The stakes are really high here for me, though.
They are. I mean, I think we've talked about this a little bit previously. Freddie Mercury, for me, is one of the rare people that you really deserve to call a genius. Like, the music that he seemingly with great ease produced is still, like, it's not in our generation, and it still means so much to us today. So, like, you really could mess this up. Having said that, it was 2 minutes of Queen music. I was like, into it, gonna watch it 10 more times. I have no idea if the movie's gonna be good.
But if it's just, the thing is, if it's just a reenactment of Queen concerts, like, that's not interesting to me as a movie
Well, you would
whatsoever.
just
I'll just go watch the original Queen
Yeah.
concert. That's because that's the question. It's just like, if it's like a scene of them recording Bohemian Rhapsody, a reenaction of that scene, and then a reenaction of everything, it's just like, whatever.
But what was
like,
it that they
I hope it has
said?
some depth to it, is, you know, what I mean. And it seems like they might be shying away from the things that gave it some depth. So I hope that that's not accurate, and they do actually try to tell a compelling story that's more than just like, we reshot Live Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Queen.
Yeah,
Queen
and they
was
don't
great.
need to revel in the darkness of his life, of the all the drugs and the debauchery that you should look up, because some of those stories are insane. But, like, to not mention the AIDS crisis or to not mention that he was gay is like,
Crazy.
what?
Yeah.
That's like half of the story of the later part of his life.
Well, you're just not telling his life. You're just
Yeah.
not being truthful, and then you might as well not call it Bohemian Rhapsody. I think that they said, though, and you guys will probably remember better than I do, the only thing more interesting than the music is his story or something like that, which made me feel like they were going to tell his story, and that's obviously part of his story. So don't say that if you're not going to.
But always in the
it.
back of my mind is that Sacha Baron Cohen interview where he talked about why he passed on the role, and that was because the rest of the surviving members of Queen were like, it's about us, right?
Yeah, but
It's about Freddie Mercury dying in the band,
and then
on.
Queen sticking it out.
The trailer does not indicate that to me.
Sure.
And that may have been a thing where I feel like the studio could have been like, yeah, you're heavily featured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there was maybe some kind of game of television. And also things changed throughout the course of development. And maybe some smart person got in the room and was like, no one cares about that. And everyone cares about Freddie. We're not making a movie about how Queen went on without Freddie Mercury. No one cares. Did you guys see the Brian Wilson biopic a couple of years ago?
Oh yeah, with Paul Dano
with
and
Paul
John
Dano.
Cusack, which I really liked.
loved
and
that
I'm
one. Did you
completely
see that
blanking
one?
on
Well,
it
I
now.
don't know which
I'm
one you're talking
completely
about.
Billy, do you
Hoping
remember
Billy
the name of
helps
this
us.
one? It was John Cusack and Paul Dano. It was a Brian Wilson.
Love and Mercy.
Love and Mercy.
That was that's a great way to
That's
look at
a great
I
one.
like the way that they did
Yeah.
that biopic, like the idea of like younger version, older version, and it's kind of the that was a really good. And it didn't seem like it was sanitized. It was kind of went into his self-destructive tendencies, and yeah.
So hopefully more Love and Mercy and less what's like a really terrible musical biopic that we can think of, or just boring.
Rockstar.
Oh, the one about Hank Williams was not good.
Oh, with Tom Hiddleston.
With Tom Hiddleston.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
I didn't see it either.
it was a good performance, bad movie. So hopefully we'll more Love and Mercy, less of
I think
that.
some people would say Greatest Showman, although I loved it.
Well, that,
Do you
So,
call that a
music.
biopic?
I don't know if that's a
It's a musical biopic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a musical.
Yeah.
But
It's not even really
That's
it's
a
kind
fair
of a biopic.
distinction. It's a musical biopic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Time Murders.
Hmm.
Guys, I think we're gonna have different opinions about this one. Dan's. I just want everyone to do their thumbnail reaction to it. 1, 2, 3.
This is the jizzing puppet one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And
Glad I got
watched
that
it.
movie right.
I gotta tell you guys, I watched it like 4 times before we shot this, showing it to everybody here, and I laughed every single time because I'm 5 years old. Dan, you hated it.
I didn't hate it. This is what happens because I don't love something as much as someone else. Like, why'd you hate it? I didn't hate it. It's just
It's perfectly
Whatever, it's
fine to
fine.
not like that thing.
I
think.
saw Sausage Party. The puppets are saying the F word, and that one's coming all over the place. Like I get it. It's whatever. It's fine. It's puppets, dirty puppets. It's a good thing no one's ever done dirty puppets before, except it's been done a
I
lot.
don't know.
Avenue Q, right?
I loved
Avenue Q,
Avenue Q.
Meet
I
the
actually love
Feebles.
Sausage Party.
They're making crank phone calls
I
on
love
We are,
TV.
we are
TV.
sitting on
Anchor.
this shot of this puppet and Melissa McCarthy for so long.
It's a good shot.
Like
It's a good shot, Roth.
potty humor and like raunchy sex humor with puppets. I'm kind of for it, but this just felt like we sat on that as long as we sit on him coming at the end. Like,
But it's one of those things that has time to be funny, then not funny, then funny again.
The puppets are at a strip club.
Puppets don't do that. It's hilarious.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I agree. It's who knows? Because I thought Sausage Party was one of the greatest trailers I've ever seen, and then like after about 20 minutes, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
get it.
not
And then
that
it got
I
me
didn't-
again at the end. But
Yeah, I didn't hate Sausage Party, but the novelty wore off 20 minutes into the movie, and then it was an hour of me going, huh. And then the last scene was like, kudos.
Yeah.
But in the middle part, it's just like, yeah, okay.
we'll see if
No, I
this
agree.
can keep the momentum going for 90 minutes.
Can you
know
explain
what's
why do you
wrong
want
with
this so
me.
bad? Like, why is this the movie you needed so
I don't
much?
know. I really don't. I'm asking you to explain to me.
Well, I
I
can't
don't
explain
know.
your feelings,
I-
Ross. The therapists do that, and they get paid a lot more than any of us do.
I agree about
school
sausage
for it.
party. Like I was.
What do you think it is? Silly string or
Yeah,
yarn?
Silly
no, it's
string.
definitely silly string.
Yeah.
And silly string. I
Glue?
agree about Sausage Party. It was like the last 10 minutes that were my favorite part of that movie. I don't know why. I've watched this trailer 4 times. It's making me laugh every single time. It's so stupid. It's puppets and they're being so foul.
They really are, though. And she's being foul, too. Like, something about orgasms and, like, what was the weird line she said? I don't know.
Oh, when the puppet would offer 50 cent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a blank you can blank, but then they're like, okay.
But it's a
whatever.
great price. It was a great price. It was a really fair price.
I don't know.
I couldn't
I
speak to
couldn't.
that.
Yeah, just unclear. I feel like they should come with you to your tree bar and like just see what happens at the tree bar.
Yeah, I'm getting some slight Theodore Rex vibes out of this. A little bit of like, one's a human, one's a dinosaur. Yes, Ron?
Did you like Ted?
Yeah, I like Ted.
Did you like Ted?
Yeah, I like Ted.
Did you like
I
Ted?
never saw Ted.
Oh,
Did you see Ted too?
No. Because I hadn't seen Ted 1. So I'm like, well,
point.
I don't
That's
think I
the
should
point.
walk into Ted 2 blind. I'll never understand
But
it.
Yeah.
I love it when Mark
Yes, you couldn't
Wahlberg
possibly put the
plays
pieces
an
Possibly
idiot.
together.
put those pieces together.
Himself.
I love. I said plays an idiot. You said plays himself.
I didn't hear him. We just happened to say that.
But yeah, right, you know what I'm talking about, Roth. When he's playing,
Mark to
I-
Mark.
So Ted was one of those movies that I went to see at a critic screening, and it was me and my friend Eric Eisenberg of Cinema Blend calling you out, crying. Every other critic was staring at us with just ultimate disdain, and I'm like, I don't know why I like it. It's funny. So that's how I feel about this. I have no idea why I like it.
That had great Boston humor, and I was in. This just was like weird potty jokes about coming. I maybe it'll be great. This
Yeah.
trailer did not make me feel
I mean,
super
it didn't make me
confident.
go like, oh, I hate this movie. I'm like you said, I didn't say I hated it. I just didn't. It's like, okay.
Oh, it's probably
Dirty
terrible.
puppets.
Probably everybody is gonna. I assume everybody out there is gonna agree with you guys.
What's that
think
shark
there's
movie
promise.
we've talked about?
The
whale
Meg.
The
movie?
Meg.
The Meg.
What's going to be better? This or the Meg?
All right.
Jeez.
None of that.
God, Roxy, it's Friday.
Oh, I'm not allowed to ask that?
No.
Sophie's choice.
Sorry, I was talking
me.
to JT. Not you.
What was he showing the cum shot?
No.
no.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So the Meg, I think we all vote on. Great, moving forward. Except for Roth.
Oh, the Meg or this one? Oh God. Why choose between my children? I mean, can I love them both?
I think you got to pick.
I'll
Dan
tell
does
you
not
what you
have time
should
in his
love.
schedule to go
Roth,
to
can I
both.
talk about a movie?
Yes.
An upcoming film?
Yes.
Yes, I wish you would.
Guys, I don't get too excited too often, but some set photos leaked
That's
of a
true.
feature coming this summer, I want to say. This year? This year.
This year?
This, maybe next year.
2018.
Look, some set photos came out. Throw them up, JT. This is called The Beach Bum by Harmony Korine. That's not the best photo for you to pull up. Keep going. You got the rest of them, right?
Zac Efron.
What are these set photos you got?
These are the ones that they tweeted.
These weren't the exciting ones. No, not the ones they tweeted. Oh, you guys blew. You blew it. You said you had the shots.
Who are those
Well, that's
actors?
unexciting. But the point is that Mike, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Who are those people?
Matthew McConaughey
Oh.
is dressed like a giant Guy Fieri Kool-Aid guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I want the full body one. We should have done this beforehand. But anyways,
This is good television.
Doing it live.
Wonderful
people.
television.
Doing it live.
Here you go, Billy. It's a Harmony Korine movie. He made Kids, he made Spring Breakers, and this looks like the trashiest version of Jersey Shore.
Thank you.
Plus Guy Fieri, plus Ocean's 11, plus Matthew McConaughey in a fat suit and a matching flame patterned button-up board short combo. And I couldn't be more excited
Which
for this
Matthew
film.
McConaughey is this? Like similar to?
It's like if his character from Magic Mike got hooked on and then off of pain pills, gained 70 pounds, and retired to Florida.
That is the perfect description of what he looks like in this movie.
But like
No,
kind
not
of,
that one.
kind of. What was that other movie?
Dan's getting
HUD?
When he's in the
Fact-checking
flame
us.
suit.
I am.
The whole
I'm
thing.
fact checking. Sorry.
Dan's busy fact checking. Thank you, Dan. He's pulling. We don't want the people to miss this. He's going to
So-
find out the release.
Harmony
date.
Korine wrote Kids.
Oh, that's
Larry
what
Clark
he's
made
double
Kids.
checking.
Yeah, sorry. Just making sure I wasn't crazy.
Spenny G, what makes you so excited for this? All the things you
Well,
just said?
it's the images, but that's fine that we don't have them. I painted a picture with words.
You did.
You should look them up. Just Google image search because they're like
the only
from.
one that's there. That is the only one I can.
That's good. That's good when he's got the fanny pack and everything. We can zoom in on Matthew McConaughey's glory. Just on this image alone, I was sold. And you can see Zac Efron is in a different. Look at that. Look at that glory.
Where are you seeing Zac Efron?
That's a
He's in
different
different pictures.
Oh, okay. I was like, no way is that Zac Efron.
He's got through a radical transformation into Matthew McConaughey into Guy Fieri.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. So I wanted to. I thought that you guys had all heard of this, but when I talked about it yesterday, there was a lot
I
of
had
blank
not.
faces. So
You know what it is? I think in general, Spencer, is we see so much of the same all the time. Like there's just
thank you, Billy.
team professionals. Meh. Professionalism is overrated. We see so much of the same sometimes. We see so much of the same stuff. Like the studios are releasing very similar safe films that are by committee and well constructed, it's just fun to see something that looks a little bit different. I think that's partially why I like the stupid puppet trailer. It's just something different, you know? Maybe it's done, probably is. Well, it's been done, but not in a hot minute.
Something the same thing but different.
No
is what
puppet
everyone
has
wants.
ever come like that for that long, Dan. No
Yeah.
puppet. It's different.
Thank you, Roxy.
Yeah, I'm sticking up.
I'm loyal to one puppet, and that is the movie fights champion, Cucumber. And they're not puppets,
Yeah,
by the
they're
way.
not
They're
in there.
felted Americans.
Get 'em
You're
a
right,
cameo.
you're right. You're right, Dan. Thank you.
We don't know in this movie. They could be felted different country animals, but we don't know where they're from.
Maybe. It's true.
I don't want to judge. Can't judge a puppet by its cover.
Yeah, they,
Felt.
By its
they
Don't
could-
judge a puppet by its felt. That's
yeah,
true.
they could be a felted French. We
Yeah.
do have fan questions.
Yes.
Jamie wants to know, what movie were you most surprised by? Specifically, you weren't expecting much or thought it would be just okay, but after you saw it, you loved it. For me, it was Happy Death Day.
That one surprised
Yeah.
me. I don't know about most. I'm trying to think. Den of Thieves was better than I anticipated it being. I wouldn't say that I loved it, but I enjoyed it. Trying to think one that was just like it came out of, and I'm just like, wow,
Not-
I expected nothing out of that movie, and it was really good.
Not recently, but a couple of years ago, I sat down for the first screening of 21 Jump Street, prepared entirely to hate it, thinking
Yeah.
it was like the worst idea ever, and I loved it and thought it was hilarious. That really took me by surprise.
I'm trying to even think of what came out this year.
Oh, this year. Yeah,
well,
I
it could
don't
be
know about
whenever.
this year.
It could have been like whenever.
I mean, it sounds weird now, but like I remember when Shaun of the Dead came out, it was like, oh, it's a zombie parody movie, and then I came out of it like, oh my god, that's the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I saw John Wick before the hype train had fully left the station, so I became the evangelist. Like, you gotta see it. He's so cool.
Yeah, that was another one for me too. That I was surprised. Yeah,
The Jungle Book.
Deadpool-
I'll say
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
what
was
I said. The
good.
remake.
Yeah.
The remake of the Jungle Book.
That was
I was
good.
completely prepared to go in and just be like, all right, so it was a okay remake of the cartoon, and I came out of it like, that was a really, really good movie. Like that's what you should do with a remake. That's one that jumps to mind. Was like that was a movie
That's
that
a
I
really good
expected
one.
nothing from, and came out like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
I like
Maybe
that.
A Quiet Place. I saw it before anybody just was saying anything at all about it, and I was like, okay, this is just. I had seen a lot of horror movies in the same week, month, whenever that was, and that one just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
So that would be my recent one.
yeah, that was great. Yeah, when did you see it? Were you like the
A
Sunday?
few weeks before it came out, and it already had the festival hype, but like. I feel like it had settled down for so long that people just weren't even anticipating it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was almost a year after
Yeah.
it had played.
Bree wants to know, if you had to choose an upcoming summer movie for Limp Bizkit to make the theme song for, what would it be? The Meg. Spencer.
So we've been working on an honest trailer recently, and it's actually yesterday. Just I sang this to Danielle, and it's not so much a film as it is a director. And it started out as just me going, Chris Nolan, 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 Nolan. What? Chris Nolan, Nolan, Nolan. And then it went into like, zoom in, now zoom out, pan up, now pan down. There's a whole Chris
whole
Nolan
thing.
Limp Bizkit song that I've not ready for prime time yet, but I've been composing up here.
I'm
Chris
loving the
Nolan, Nolan,
tease.
Nolan. So if that ended all of his movies, that
That's
was his
great.
signature.
Roll credits, and it's just that Limp Bizkit song. That'd be amazing. I'd want to see him come back to the Mission Impossible franchise. I mean, they crushed it with Mission Impossible 2, so
Nailed it.
why not come back? It's almost 20 years later. That's what this is all about, right? It's about a culmination. That includes Limp
The
Bizkit.
mission.
Yeah, it's part of their cinematic legacy, Limp Bizkit.
Fred Durston now a director, right? Writer
Yeah.
director.
He is, yeah.
How about Shazam? Like something
Oh.
very kid friendly and awkward. As we're meeting Billy Batson, like some weird Limp Bizkit. Yeah, that's it. Nailed it on that one.
How about you? Alex wants to know, recently I've been avoiding movie trailers for the movies I'm already anticipating and finding that it betters my movie-going experience. As I find that everything feels fresh and I'm not expecting anything going in, what are your thoughts on movie trailers, and are they a detriment to the movie experience? Yes. Dan?
Often.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Unless it's a smaller movie that knows how to cut a trailer to actually entice you to see it without giving away everything. Most blockbuster movies, I agree, they give away way too much in the trailers. If you already know you're going to go see the movie, I'm with Alex. Avoid
Stop.
it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
I've been trying. We can't fully do that, but as much as I can, I try not to watch trailers, which is why a lot of the times when we're going to do a trailer reaction, we find out, JTE lets me know, I'm watching the wrong one before the show because I'm trying not to watch them at all.
Yeah, I will say, though, that there's a difference between seeing the trailer and analyzing a trailer. So, like, there's so many things like The Last Jedi, like Infinity War, where, like, I watched it when it came on and just kind of let it, like, pass through me. And then by the time I sat down to watch it in the theater, I wasn't thinking, like, oh, I wonder when this is going to happen. So, you know, maybe once or twice. But, yeah, you're going to ruin the movie for yourself if you go frame by frame picking out, you know, continuity details.
I think I'm a big one trailer fan. I like a one great trailer and not 3 trailers, 4 teasers, and a bunch of other clips. But I do think the biggest lesson is don't hire the team that cut your trailer to cut your movie. So that's the real
Ironclad
true.
rule.
That's the real true rule out of this.
Sometimes it's the
Yeah.
best you got. Got a
Dante.
Some kind of
squad
editing squad.
I think they
What are you,
regret
some kind of editing?
the squad tattoos by now.
Oh, they
must.
said that, which one? I think it was Jai Courtney or somebody came out and was
Got it
like,
removed.
"Oh man." Bad.
Oh, he didn't get it
But,
removed. He
but
just
I
went,
looked at it and was like, no. One of
Yeah.
them's
Correct.
wife.
One of them's
Wait,
misspelled,
wife-
isn't it?
Well, they're
all
intentionally
SKWAD.
No, but didn't wasn't the
Will
story
Smith
that Margot
mixed up the-
Robbie misspelled one of them, so it was
I don't
even
know.
doubly misspelled?
Wait, which maybe one of their wives is a incredible tattoo artist. One of the men. I don't remember which one. Maybe Billy can help me. And he came home with it, and I guess she was like,
Crying.
yeah, just like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
what, why,
What did you
why,
do?
and was like, it was like a problem in their relationship because she was like,
Yeah.
this is my craft, this is my art. You had somebody on set, Will Smith, brand you into, like, are you kidding me? And so he's attempting to get it removed. He
Yeah.
said,
Wow.
Well,
it's a process, guys.
a tattoo is not a thing that you do spontaneously. Like, you need to
No.
think about it.
A crew member, she forgot to put the K in there.
It says SWAD,
SWAD.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody got
she
a
wrote
SWAD
SWAD
tattoo.
on someone else.
Yeah.
Who's the
Margot
one with
Robbie.
the tattoo artist's wife who was upset about it? It was either Jai or something.
As we figure that out, we encourage you to think about what tattoo you want to get for more than 5 minutes. Dante wants to know, what's a film you were recommended that you regret watching? Oh.
I don't know. I feel
regret
like if most
watching.
people recommend a movie to me, I don't regret
Interesting.
watching it
Regret.
afterwards.
Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh,
People
yeah.
were like,
Who
that.
recommended
My
it?
brother was like, this is really funny. You have to go. And I was like, really? It's getting panned. He was like, I'll go with you. I want to see it a second time. It was so bad. That movie was a waste of my time.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah,
Those
it
are
was-
minutes you can't get back.
No, ever. I think about it all the time.
And I still resent it.
Yeah.
Anything?
I don't know. I'm in a weird position in that I don't usually get movies recommended to me. So
It would have to be like a classic old time.
yeah, like I'm trying to think of another movie that someone's like, you got to see it, and then I watched it, and I'm like,
Oh, Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yeah, but aren't you glad you know?
Yeah. And I guess I don't regret watching it, but like,
Well, did
man,
somebody
that's
recommend it
outdated.
as like good, or were like
Yes.
you have to watch how crazy this is?
No, like you have to watch it. This film's amazing, and there are parts that are really amazing, but like you can't overlook it. You just can't.
the rape and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like-
That's surprising to me because almost everyone I know now is like, oh my god, Revenge of the Nerds. Like that was crazy that got made.
Yeah, it was a 50-year-old man who recommended it to me. Who
Okay.
was like, "This is like I grew up on this."
He saw it when he was 16.
Yeah, and he was like, "You're gonna love it." And I watched, and I came back to him with like, "What the?" And he was
Yeah.
like,
It's
what do you
horrific.
mean? What do you mean?"
Yeah, no, just asterisk so you're clear. I'm not dismissing that. Like with fresh eyes looking at that movie, it's like It's horrible.
On both sides, like everything they do
everyone
to
is
each other.
horrible.
Yeah, but it's also if you can overlook it, it's a fun movie, and I get why people liked it at some point. But it's like, oh God, you don't know how to feel watching that thing.
I don't regret watching this, and it wasn't so much recommended to me as I was told never to watch it. So then I immediately did, which was Irreversible, the French movie that it's again, it is a very, very, very disturbing film. And I don't so much.
I've never heard of
Is that
that.
the one with the old man and his caretaker? No. Okay, never mind.
Do you regret that one?
No, just I
think that's the Untouchables.
Yeah, sorry, French film.
Do you
close.
have one?
Again, not so much that I regret, but like classic movies that have been recommended, and while I wasn't like super engaged or interested, I still got something out of it. Like Contempt by Truffaut or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I get it. I get why this is interesting and why this was like new and groundbreaking for the time, but like. Wow, they're still talking in that room.
A lot of chatting going on.
Yeah, but no, like there's if like we were talking about yesterday, like if something's really bad, I'll turn it off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no regrets.
Dora, and this is our last question for our Fun Friday. Which screen junkie could throw Spenny the farthest? You're just picking him up.
One hand on the back of
his
the
collar.
The bum's rush. Okay.
One on the belt, and tossing him into a foam pit. Good. I'm glad we're not hurting him. He consents to this.
Not struggling.
Prior, of course, he is not struggling. That is parenthetical.
I don't know, man. I'm 160 pounds
All
of
that
twisted steel and
said,
sex appeal.
Who
So
would throw him the farthest? I want to say that the construction of this question is my favorite that we've ever gotten. It's so clear. Like, we're not hurting Spencer. It's a foam pit.
well, if we can count our social media guy, David Packman,
that's
who's
what I
a
was gonna
competitive
say.
Olympic weightlifter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Danielle Radford because doesn't she wrestle?
She watches wrestling.
She might wrestle. I don't know.
I think she's wrestled. No,
Does she?
Jay Washington.
Oh, Jay Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, he
Oh,
wrestles.
Jay.
He
Yeah.
wrestles.
Oh yeah, he could.
He's part of the extended family.
He could
yeah.
definitely. He'd get
Oh,
you
I'd go
like
some distance.
few feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
or
the core group, I was
David.
gonna say Hal.
'Cause he has that
he's got
wiry-
that. He has an upper body
Yeah.
I feel
strength.
like he needs more rage though. Like you
Yeah.
have to be
I have a
more
lot of
mad
rage.
at Spenny. Who'd you piss off?
I don't know. But, like I think everyone mildly,
I get that.
but no one in a rage.
Yeah, I think nobody likes
Iffy.
iffy.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
If
Yeah,
you
if
want
it's
to-
any guest that we've ever had, then it's the Roth.
Yeah.
But you know,
Or come on, movie reviewer.
the
Oh,
flick pick.
Yeah, Flick.
Oh yeah, flick pick could throw this building
Yeah.
across the street.
Yeah, he would
What
be
we're
good.
saying is the rest of us are
Nobody
all
here.
like
I think I just fall
mewling
straight forward.
kittens who need your help and protection. Like we have zero physical strength.
If the question was different, like
Spenny could throw himself the farthest of like the rest of us.
no, like if
I mean,
it was
Nick
like
Mundy has deadlifted me before.
yeah, maybe Mundy.
So I mean, he could also definitely give a heave ho.
I just don't think I could do like a one hand throw. Like if it was like who could take him in a foam pit or like who could like there's different competitions I feel like people at this table would win, but that one not seeing it.
I don't know.
Dan would be fine.
No, did you see the Geek
what would
Games?
you
I
win?
won one competition, and it was the trivia contest.
Okay.
Any physical challenge or set of physical acumen, I lose.
Yes,
Okay.
and in the Geek Games,
Every
I
time.
bested Hal at the joust.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the things that we as individuals could win, you could take him in a phone pit.
I think
Trivia.
so.
Yeah.
I would definitely win the Olympics of suffering.
Suffering.
What else? What do you
I
got?
pit my Judaism against yours. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my Judaism takes all of your Judaism. I'm just saying.
What do I take myself in?
Yeah.
That's too weird of a question. You've broken me, Roth. Congratulations.
Well, with that said, happy Friday! We broke Spencer. We have a Deadpool spoiler review that will be up this weekend. We also have a feature destinations video on the main channel about Wakanda. And we also have a video unpacking one of the most iconic shots in Deadpool. What are we calling that one again? What do we call that one?
Double
Double
take.
take. Double take. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your time.
in the tree.
It's gonna be a wonderful week for everybody.
Well,
Hope
just
you
for her.
have a
She's
good
going on
week.
vacation.